Some of y'all probably have walked through Shay footsteps or kind of sort of lived her life. The book I'm going to talk to you about called Any Dreams Will Do by Debbie Macomber. This is one of my go-to fallback book because I love it that much. This is part of a book series that she has. I talked to you about A Girl's Guide to Moving On. I'll even talk to you about The Last One Home. This is part of that series. Okay. And I love this book because Shay went through a lot. She dealt with an abusive dad. Once her mom died, he got even worse. Her brother was trying to manipulate her as well, and he actually succeeded. Got her arrested for stealing money from her job to help him get out of debt to a drug dealer who don't give a flying flip who you are. He would kill you. Yeah, that's how deep her brother was in. Her brother didn't care. So he went to Shay, begged her to steal $5,000. I'm going to say, can't remember, but no, it was thousands. She did. She got caught, wound up going to jail. Release. But in jail, she met this pen pal, and she was desperate for some outside loving, outside people. Because she did send a letter to her brother. Her brother moved, and she like, typical. And yeah, it made her mad because, hey, you got me in this situation. I should have said no, but you used mom against me, talking about, mom wants you to look out for me. And you did. But when you get out, you got the bus fare. You sat at the bus stop, waited for the bus in a cold night to early in the morning, got on the bus, and wound up getting dropped off at a church. You went in, but you was like still bitter. Yes, bitter, but all things work out for her good. Because God makes ways when there's no ways. Believe that. He does. Because she wound up talking to the pastor. The pastor wound up helping her to get into Hope House, where it's a place for those who don't have anywhere. Was trying to get a fresh start, new everything. And with that, he wound up reconnecting to his friends. You're like, but what happened to him? Why it took him forever? Because he lost his wife to cancer. So yes, it was like a long trial for him. But Shay helped him, Pastor, to get back on his feet and back on the right track. With all that said, she thanked him when it's time for her to graduate, to move on, to live outside into a tiny house that they have set up for those that's ready to move on to live on their own. Helped her get a job at a diner. So she invited him to her house. Now, invited him to her graduation. But with all of that said, he even invited her to come over to do his daughter's hair. He dreads that because it's like one of the nightmare things for him. So imagine a single dad with a daughter and a son. The son is the oldest. But I'm going to fast forward all the way through. Yes, they wind up befriending each other. Not befriend. Wind up becoming friends. Then wind up dating. The kids love her. He was falling in love with her. But they love wind up coming to a test. But Shay, a new Christian, everybody doubted her because of why she went to jail. Every time, but while dating him, the pastor, she wound up taking over the treasury while the actual treasury wound up being out. He had surgery on his foot. His wife was there, and his wife first doubted her until one day or one night her basement flooded. So she decided to say, no, Who helped you? Let me help you because you help others. Went there, helped her clean out her basement. And that really impressed her because the girl that she doubted from the get-go is the one that's there for her at the end, helping her at the end and everything. So when she wound up being a treasurer for the church, another person wind up counting behind her and realized money was missing, and he blamed her. Come and find out, Shay know who did it. Shay talked to the person who did it. Shay even confronted them. Shay told them, you need to tell them the truth. Long story short, the person confessed at the end. No, it wasn't her brother, but it was the son. If you want to know what happened, why did he was stealing the money, how did she wind up becoming close to the pastor and his kids, and how did the church react and everything, you have to read the book. Any Dreams Will Do by Debbie Macomber. Until next time, love ya. Bye.